Love, hate.
Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Wake up in the morning, argue with Nancy before we pray. It's like, here we go again. Please don't say it's just one of those days. But it's better than the South, getting letters from KKKs. And wondering when the hate stop, will it ever stop? That's what they say. We say we love but be hating. Love phrases like statements. Make mistakes and we pay it. Get caught sleeping, days in. Doc Holiday just say win, and we can keep shooting to the graves in. Or mostly one of us caves in. Parenthood wanna see who's the braver man. Trying to get this off of my chest. Emotionally I'm a wreck. Pass the plate, Usher, I wanna confess. How do I cope and deal with this mess? Issues of my heart pumping out of my chest. Look like it's crazy, so how do I deal? Especially when the world don't care how you feel. I'm a crip frontin', so I'm finna be real. It's the Christ inside me on the potter's wheel. Shakes my emotions into the Father's will. Emotions run high, but my body on chill. Y'all can't dictate me, but the one they call Great King. You can love or hate me, but my mistakes it won't break me. Look, you can love or hate me, but my mistakes it won't break me.
Sometimes my emotions get the best of me. I try so hard, but we don't agree. This is why I give it up. This is why I give it up to you. And every time I think about where I've been and what I've done and how I met you, I think about where I've been and what I've done and how I met you. I think about where I've been and what I've done and how I got through because of you.
Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Where do we go from here? Life rather so much fear. Why do we do this to ourselves all the time? We gotta realize we will make mistakes. We can't pick up, we dust it off. We fuss and fight, we run and hide. Emotions run high. Oh, we make mistakes, we get back up. We dust it off, we fuss and fight. We get it wrong and we get it right. Emotions run high. Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Love or hate me, but my mistakes it won't break me. Look, you can love or hate me, but my mistakes it won't break me.
Emotions, love, hate.
Yeah, you about to start soon. Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm here with Setting the Record Straight Live. I wanted to surprise you guys today with a treat because I'm just generous like that. So I decided to do a video, the 8 reasons why modern dating is trash. We get complaints on both sides. Women saying modern dating is trash, men saying modern dating is trash. So we're gonna take a look at a video and kind of break down because it's become a science now. So I just want to share this experience with you and explain and really break down why modern dating is trash. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I'd
Right.
rather a 10.
Yeah.
And you don't understand. Well, I'm a 10. I go to school, I go to work, and I have a great personality, and I'm
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Nowadays, it seems that all women, regardless of their own attractiveness, is walking around thinking they're a perfect 10 out of 10. All forms of modesty and simple common sense have gone straight out the window. And it seems all women are walking around with a chip on their shoulder thinking they're God's gift to mankind. Well, guys, in this video, I'm going to be outlining the 8 reasons, yeah, you heard that right, 8 reasons, why the rate of attractiveness inflation is going through the roof, or in simple words, why every woman now thinks in 2021 she's a perfect 10. Number 1, and this should be by far the biggest reason, simping. Now, the thing with simping is that a lot of people mistake for it only going in one direction. They think it only goes from the bottom up. It's the low value men at the bottom who are bombarding the women at the top with endless amounts of free attention, validation, and God forbid, money by paying for things like OnlyFans. But in reality, all women across the board of attractiveness have an endless selection of simps to provide these things.
And I want to stop it right there because this is the problem. We have to stop simping, man. And this is directly to you guys. Stop simping. It's messing up the dating market. It's messing it up for the rest of the people that are trying to get matched up with people. Like, what are we doing this for? To get matched up? Why is there a rise in dating apps in the last decade? People are trying to get matched up. And simping is not helping it. I get it. Simping ain't easy, but somebody gotta do it. So I get it. You see something and you want to instantly like it, but it's messing up the dating market. Let's continue.
Because what ends up happening is the simps start by throwing attention, money, and validation at the most attractive women, but when they don't get anything in return, they have no choice but to move down to the next level, and then the next level, and the next, and the next. So it's just this endless cycle of simps undercutting other simps. And whoever undercuts and simps the most supposedly wins in the end. Yeah, that last bit's important. Supposedly. Because what happens next is all the low value women at the bottom who now have a fresh crate of simps to choose from have this backwards rationalization. Well, this is interesting. I'm getting all of this validation. Therefore, this must mean I am special. Therefore, I must also be highly attractive. So the final piece of the puzzle, and also why simping never works, is all of the women at the bottom who have been senselessly simped over have now had their egos inflated beyond return. And
So what does simping do? It inflates ego. you simp fellas, the women that most likely you will match with, it's going to inflate their ego. So they're going to overlook you. You're going to be all of a sudden be beneath them when you're not supposed to be beneath them. That's why we got this whole rise of, oh, I'm not settling for less. I'm not settling for less. All these women. And then you look at them and be like, no, that guy's a good guy for you. You should be matched up with that guy, but you're overlooking that guy. You know why? Because of simping. Simping has inflated women's ego above what it's supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with having a little ego, but ego with in perspective. Like you can have an ego to a certain step, but it got to be in perspective. Like I'm a strong black father, and I can have an ego to that perspective because that's true. But this is what's happening in the dating market. Because of simping, women's ego have been inflated. So we get a rise of women saying, I'm not settling for less. Let's continue. We got a lot to unpack, so we got to continue. We got to go through. We're going to push forward.
And all that's been left is the guys at the bottom have now lost a ridiculous amount of their own time, energy, and resources, and all for nothing. Now, the last point I'm going to make on this before I move on to the next reason is this is exactly why I have zero sympathy for simps. Because the only impact that simps have on the dating market is inflating women's egos, which in turn messes up the system and spoils it for anyone else who actually had a chance.
Do you hear that? Simping is reason number one why the dating market is trash. Because what happens is men are simping and inflating egos of women they possibly had a chance with. And that's what's happening. And I also like to raise it to a lot of the higher level men or ranked men in women's eyes are simping as well. But that's a whole nother story. I ain't even gonna go into that.
Anyway, now moving on to point number 2 for why women overestimate their worth. Women equating their hookup options to their actual value. Now, because of the nature of the current dating market, just about every average woman, and in fact, even some below average women, have access to regular intimacy and hookups from the guys at the top. CAD is shared between everyone. Now, what this means is the women in the middle end up thinking this. Well, I can hook up easily with Chad. However, Chad doesn't want to commit. Therefore, all I need to do is just find one that will commit. So back to the dating market, all the average women end up wasting time chasing and trying to pin down the Chads, and they string along and friend zone all of the guys they're actually on the same level with, the ones who would have given an equal relationship. But instead, the women's attention is all focused on the top 10 to 15% of guys who they are able to hook up with, but not willing to give their commitment.
So what is that saying? That ladies, possibly the men you're supposed to be with, you friend zoned. Those are possibly the guys that you're supposed to be looking at. All the guys that you're trying to get to try to get them to commit, and they're not willing to commit, and you're saying all men are trash. It's because you're looking at the wrong men. You're supposed to be looking at your friend zone. You more than likely there's a nice guy, a good guy in your friend zone right now, but you don't want him because you getting attention from guys that are either you feel like are ranked higher than him, but you're just trying to get a guy to commit to you on that level. Your man more than likely is in your friend zone. Women have friend zone plenty of good guys. Your man is probably in your friend zone. I'm going to repeat it again. Your man is probably in your friend zone.
Women, just because you can hook up with someone doesn't mean you're on their level, and certainly doesn't mean
Exactly.
you can get commitment from them either.
Exactly.
Moving on to point number 3, acceptance of unattractiveness. And this does not apply to men. It's almost exclusively for women. And this is mostly the result of feminism. Now, this idea in the last 10 years has pretty much stepped.
Listen, look. Look. Y'all ain't gonna like this part. I've seen some of this video. You're not gonna like this part. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're easily offended, if social media and words trigger you, leave right now. Immediately. Because if words trigger you and you're on social media that is just nothing but word vomit, leave right now if you're sensitive and words trigger you. You're not going to like this part. Let's continue.
In and said all women, irrespective of their own attractiveness, are all deserving of a perfect 10. This belief system has tried to force down society's throat that all women of all shapes and sizes are all attractive in their own unique way. It is seen as grossly inappropriate to highlight the flaws in a woman's beauty, even if said flaws pose a huge risk to their physical health and can greatly reduce their life expectancy. Therefore, they are instead celebrated. And I've talked about this in my previous videos. I'll say again, try typing the words plus size into Google. There will not be one man in sight. In fact, I could bet money that you'd be scrolling for longer than the length of this video in order to just find one single man. Moving on to point number 4, the media promoting delusion. Now, before I cover this point, because I'm about halfway through the video, now is a good time to press the like button and leave any thoughts you have in the comments below, as it helps the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, so if you watching this, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Because ain't nobody got time for you to be playing on here when you getting this good information. I'm not playing. This is real good information. Nobody's trying to hurt nobody. I'm trying to give you good information. It's up to you what you do with this information. You can learn from it. You can eat the meat, spout the bones, do whatever you will with it. I'm giving out this good information. Do what you will. I'm not responsible for what you do with it afterwards. I'm just here to give it to you.
Anyway, carrying on with the video. Media promoting delusion. Now, about 5 years ago, there was this film that came out called 50 Shades of Grey. And in fact, the book that it was based on was one of the highest grossing of the decade. And if you've not heard of this film or the book before, it's basically about this billionaire Chad who goes for and ends up in a relationship with some fairly average woman. A similar storyline happens in other movies and TV shows, such as the highly acclaimed Sex and the City. This series, too, showed women, despite being in their 30s and 40s, still being able to pin down and get commitment from Chads. So the point I'm trying to make here is that the media is portraying the idea that any woman, irrespective of what she brings to the table, can get a relationship from a Chad, no matter how old or average. Now moving on to point number 5, ego. Now, I didn't know just how big of a reason this was until I came across this scientific study titled Resisting Connection Following Social Exclusion. Now, this study attempted to see how a woman would react when first being approached by an attractive man and then afterwards being approached by a less attractive man. The results were as followed.
Pay
When the
attention.
attractive man
Pay attention.
accepted the woman was also very likely to accept the less attractive man. In fact, he was accepted an average of 80%. Now, this isn't surprising, because after she gets accepted by the attractive man, she's probably feeling quite good about herself, and she's got nothing to lose by accepting the less attractive man, so she also gives him a pass. However, for the second part of the study, when the woman gets first rejected by the attractive man, they found she was then much less likely to accept the less attractive man's advances. In fact, his acceptance rate dropped from 80% to a staggering 24%. That's nearly a 4 times
Huh.
drop.
Poof.
And the reason for this is because after the first rejection, she probably felt violated and had taken a huge blow to her self esteem. So, to recover and attempt to regain some of her self worth, she lashes out on the less attractive guy by rejecting him. Now, I found this study very interesting because it shares such close parallels to the current dynamics of the dating market. Because think about online dating. And for those who don't know how the Tinder algorithm works, the most popular profiles are shown first. So these are shown at the top of the card stack and are the first profiles a woman will see after logging on. Meanwhile, the less attractive profiles are shown last. Therefore, if an average or below average woman gets mostly negative responses from the popular profiles, the attractive ones, then the study shows the woman getting butthurt from this will result in her lashing out on the lower ranked profiles. And she will do this in order to rebuild some of her self respect. Point number 6.
Before we move on to point number 6, let's take that in right there. You got to see what he broke down here. You got to see it. This is actual. Actually has been studied. This is actually coming down to actual science because it's the way the world works. It's a social science. This is what's going on in the dating market right now. Men put up profiles on Bumble, whether it's Bumble, Tinder, whatever, and then women put up profiles, and then women get to choose which men they say they swipe left or swipe right to. That's what's happening. But what happens is when they don't match up with the first profiles that pop up, which are the more desirable profiles, because they, it's a business. They're trying to lure people in to get them to purchase the trial or whatever, the different versions that they have with the different perks. So they get the men, the more attractive men, to be posted first, and it goes down from there. So what happens is when they don't match up with the better men, they go down to quote unquote the other guys and they lash out to rebuild their self-esteem. It's been studied. So this ain't just some BS that I'm talking. This ain't just some, oh, who hurt you? Your mother, your sister, you hate your wife, you hate your children, because I have 2 daughters. No, has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with just why the dating market is trash. And these are 8 reasons why it is. It's because of these doggone dating apps, and women have inflated egos because of simping. But let's continue.
A woman and her blue-pilled friends inflating her ego. Now, the 2 screenshots showed on either side of the screen are typical of the comments a woman will expect to see on her Instagram profile. But of course, we have a couple simps giving her free validation, and I have checked their profiles, and they are actually guys. But what's arguably more concerning is her and all of her female friends blowing smoke at one another. In my experience, I see these types of comments vastly outnumbering the ones sent from simps. This is where you'll see the comments like, "My queen, you're gorgeous, stunner, you go girl." And the dumbest part about all of this isn't the comments themselves. Rather, it's the people that are sending and receiving them. Women will believe anything their friends tell them these days. So if 20 of the girl's female friends are sending these copy and paste comments on every post she uploads, even if the girl herself is average to below average in look, she's still going to walk away patting herself on the back, thinking she's a lot more attractive than she actually is, thinking she's a perfect 10. Point number 7, entitlement. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a Darius M video, who's actually one of my favorite channels, and I remember him saying there are a lot more overweight women than men. And after that video, I looked it up, and it's true. This is data from the NHS website in the UK, my country. And for 16 to 24-year-olds, there are 2 times more obese women than men, 20% versus 10%. And it's a similar pattern for the 25 to 34-year-old age range. And I remember Darius saying, The main reason for this is because women don't get in shape because they have no need to. The truth is, men know that if they're obese, no woman is going to want to be with them. But most women know, especially those who are overweight, that men will still be attracted to them even if they are packing extra pounds. And they will be able to tell you that from experience.
And this is where sipping comes in. And this is what damaging simping does. It's crazy because most of the time women don't want simps anyways. But what happens is simping is simps are messing up the dating market. They're inflating women's egos, not because they want those women. They want to have relations with those women. So they're inflating their egos. And then when the simp inflates their ego, simps become beneath women. They want guys that are quote unquote higher value, not high value, but higher value in their eyes than the simps. But what happens is it messes up for the nice guys, the good guys. So this is where it is, ladies. This is what I want to say. This is where all the good guys have gone. They're being overlooked. The good guys that would treat you right, all the women say, where's all the good guys at? This is where they go. They go into the land of no return. They get overlooked because of simping. It's inflated your ego, so now you look over the guys you should be looking at. Those studs, those guys that you want, those guys, especially on like Tinder and Bumble, because all you see really is a picture. So those really attractive men, you're going after those guys. Those not the guys you're supposed to be going for. They playing all of y'all. And that's why y'all say men is trash. So they just on there just for relations and hooking up. And they might hook up with a few of y'all. Shoot, they might hook up with more than a few of y'all. But you haven't made them commit to you because they're not going to commit to you because they were only there to hook up with you. And then you say men are trash. The dating market is trash. And that's how all that happens. But the problem is you say, where are all these good guys gone? The good guys are there, but you're not looking at them. You know why you're not looking at them? Because of simping. And what's the result of simping? Higher inflated egos. So you think the men that are right here eye to eye with you is beneath you. So you looking higher to all the Chads and studs and all the guys that highly attractive guys. When you should be, when you're average, you're not a 10. Everybody ain't a 10. When you're average, you should be looking at an average guy building an average life. And maybe y'all could build something together and then it could be above average life. Then y'all could keep building some more. Then y'all could be way above average. Y'all could be like a power couple. I get that's what you want. But the way that social media is, and I was part of the microwave generation too. It's even more microwave than before. Y'all want instant. So when you meet the person, you already want that person ready made instead of actually looking at the person that is actually good for you. So once again, ladies, I'm going to repeat, like I said early in the video, the guys that you're supposed to be looking at are probably in your friend zones. The nice guys that you're overlooking, thinking that you're going to get somebody quote unquote better. But those guys that you get only want to hook up, and then you say, oh, guys are trash. No, there's some good guys that's probably in your friend zone. Because of simping, it has inflated women's egos to where they don't look at guys they should be looking at and matching with, starting families with. That's what I'm about. People say, Peter, you hate women? No, I don't hate women. I'm an activist. The people that come to me are women. It ain't a bunch of guys coming to me trying to get help for they mistreated family member. No, it's women, more than likely mothers, coming about their sons. So no, I don't hate women. I'm trying to get people matched up together so we can build families, especially in the black community. That's what I'm about. So no, I don't. So if it comes across that I'm kind of harsh, it's not because I'm harsh. It's because it's passion that you're hearing. You're not hearing, oh, I hate women. You're not hearing that out my mouth. You're not hearing that from my heart. It's passion that you're hearing. Don't get passion messed up with anger or hate. I'm trying to get people to get matched up together with people that they should be matching up with instead of these top 10 to 15% guys that only want to hook up, and then it makes you think that all men are trash. No, you're only in a small pool of men that only are there to hook up. They're not there for serious relationship. They probably good guys, but right now they having fun. And they played with your heart. And then you take your experience and apply it to all men and say all men are trash, and where all the good men are at. The good men are there. And a lot of women, y'all know that good men are there, but you don't know where they are. And I'm telling you right now, most of those good men are in your friend zone. Those are the good guys that you don't mind keeping around as friends. And they're good men. Some of them are there because they playing the long game. I get it. But they're probably in your friend zone because you think, oh, I can get somebody better than him. So let me just friend zone him. He a good guy, but I can get somebody better than him. No, that's who you're supposed to be talking to. I know I don't want to settle. Why should I have to settle? You're not settling. That's who you're supposed to be talking to. That's your speed. Just like we know as guys, if you're trying to holler at a girl that's not your speed, be like, bro, that ain't your speed. You should be hollering at her. That's more your speed. I was on vacation. I had to tell a young guy, look, he was 15 talking about he was trying to be 18 years old, trying to talk to a grown woman that work at a school. And I said, oh, no, bro, you're 15. See that girl right there? I said, hey, girl, what's your name? What's your name? How old are you? Oh, I'm 14. I said, he's 15. I said, bro, that's your speed. Go. What's happening is that because of simping, women are getting hot in egos. And so they overlooking the guys they should be matching up with. You're not settling in if that's what you are. Everybody's not a 10, but if everybody think they're a 10 when they're a 7, all the guys that are 7 who they supposed to be matching up with, they overlooking, or they might friend zone that guy and try to look for a 9 and 10 like they think they are. They not. It's because of simping, and people always liking all them posts, but you showing your body, and all that is messing up the dating market. It starts with simping, and that was reason number 1, simping. So guys, simps, I know simping ain't easy and somebody got to do it, but a guy's dog it, you better stop. Stop simping. Men, stop simping. And women, I call women that prop up simps. Y'all simp cheerleaders, y'all need to stop. That's what's making the dating market trash. I'm just letting you know where the dating market is trash right now. It starts with simping. It starts with us men. There's other things, but it starts with us men. We're simping. You're supposed to be liking all those pictures. It's inflating with single women ego to where they missing out on a blessing, a good guy. They're overlooking that guy. But let's continue. Let's finish up this. It's almost over. Bear with it. I know there's some information. It's new to some of y'all, but it's good information. Do what you will with it. grab this.
Now, if this reason is true, then it shows they have a sense of entitlement. It shows they're entitled to somebody more attractive than they are, despite bringing far less to the table and putting in little to no effort. And in fact, I've even seen this in my own personal experiences. I've literally heard overweight women say that they will never date an overweight man. That is entitlement at its simplest form. Finally, moving on to point number 8.
Now let's go back to that because I want to see him say it again. Cause you need to hear this.
Somebody more attractive than they are, despite bringing far less to the table and putting in little to no effort. And in fact, I've even seen this in my own personal experiences. I've literally heard overweight women say that they will never date an overweight man. That is entitlement at its simplest form.
The dating market is so messed up that you literally have overweight women saying, I would never date an overweight man. What? What? I'm trying to help y'all out here. If y'all just bear with me and listen, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. I'm just trying to reason with you guys. Challenge the way you think. I'm not out to get you. I'm not the boogeyman. I'm a regular guy. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I'm trying to help y'all, especially the ones in the Black community. Y'all got to match up, get married so we can rebuild back our community. Our community is in shambles. Boys reading at a 5th grade level. And all this is because they're being raised in single parent households, mainly led by women. But men can't lead. I'm going to say that again. Mainly led by women, but men can't lead. I'm telling you why the dating market is trash right now. And I'm trying to explain to you, how do we get where the good men went? And how do we get good men and good women together? You're a good woman, right? Ladies, you're a good woman. You want a good man, right? I'm trying to tell you where they are. So good women and good men get together and make good families, healthy families. They have babies. They grow up in a healthy environment with a good woman and a good man. Is that not what you want? If that's not what you want, this ain't for you. But majority of women want that. They want to find a good person to build a family with. Where did the good men go? They're more than likely in your friend zones, lady. Sad to say, that nice guy that's in your friend zone that's good enough to be your friend but not your man. But you gotta be careful though. You got some people in there trying to play the long games. You got they call beta male orbiters. They will stay there in your friend zones because they're looking for the opportunity. One day you'll call when you're lonely, and when you break up, or when the guy that you ain't supposed to be with mess you over, and you're in a vulnerable place. They take advantage of you in that vulnerable place. I'm trying to give you the game. All you gotta do is listen. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to give you the straight up game. Be straight up with. I'm being straight up with you, as straight up can be. I ain't got time to tiptoe around feelings. I ain't got time to tiptoe around the situation. I got a limited amount of time to tell you this information. Take it or leave it. But we definitely need to do better. Men need to stop simping. That's on us. And when I mean us, it ain't me. But men need to stop simping because it's inflating women's egos and they overlooking the good guys that they're supposed to be matching up with. That's what I'm trying to say to you. And it's even down to a science. People have studied this, especially when it comes to dating apps. Let's continue.
Finally, moving on to point number 8, coping. What I've noticed is nearly every woman, if you ask them the top 3 things that make them attractive, it will almost undoubtedly be a completely different list from another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the woman from the clip at the beginning. Her 3 reasons for why she is a perfect 10 was because she goes to school, goes to work, and has a good personality. But based on how pretentious she was being, I very much doubt there's much truth to this last one. This woman, if she believes that these 3 things alone make her a perfect 10, is almost certainly coping. Because here are the actual 3 things that men care about most. The holy trinity of what actually makes a perfect 10.
All right, listen, ladies. This is for people that, especially 10 perfect 10 enthusiasts. This one's for you. Listen up. Take notes if you got to. This information is there to help you. I'm straight. I'm married with children. This information is for you. I'm saying it because I care about relationships and people getting together in the right way and building families. That's how you build communities. And I'm especially saying the Black community, we need to build back the Black community. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Once again, not to be mean. I'm saying this because I love you and I care about my people. I care about all people. So this is good information for all women and all men. Men, stop simping. But pay attention.
10. First of all, hot. This means not overweight. 2, young, or in other words, under 30. And 3, undamaged. This means not promiscuous and also no kids. This is what men actually want. And the funny thing is, what I've noticed is when women are young, when they list reasons of what makes them attractive, they're likely to say things such as, I'm pretty, fit, young, therefore this makes me an 8. Meanwhile, when you ask older women, or even worse, the exact same women but just 10 to 15 years older, they're likely to give you a different list of the things that make them attractive, such as I have a career, I have 2 gorgeous kids, and I'm financially stable. Therefore, I'm also an 8.
You see what's happening. We started with simping. Reason number 1. It's inflating women's egos. And in turn, women are thinking that they are higher number in our eyes. In their eyes, they could be a 2000 for all we care. We don't care. That doesn't matter to us. What you think about yourself, ladies, that has nothing to do with us. Y'all could be thinking about y'all higher than. Go ahead, empower yourselves. Great. I love it. I love the empowerment. But empower yourself with proper perspective. Just because you think you're a 2000 don't mean men think you're a 2000. Don't mean the dating market is thinking that you're a 2000. You can be a 2000 on the inside. It's fine. Empower yourself. But do it with perspective. How do other guys see you? Just because you're able to get a Chad, a higher value man in your eyes, he got some good money. He's good looking. He checks all the boxes for the most part. Just because you think you can get that guy, what does that guy think about you? And this is what's messing up the dating market. Simps inflating women's egos and women going to the market with the higher inflated ego, thinking that they can get that they're a higher number than they actually are. They friend zoning the people that they should be talking to, the good guys. Because if he wasn't a good guy, you wouldn't put him in the friend zone. You'd be like, oh, he's a nasty individual. He ain't even going into my friend zone. No, he's a good guy. You put him in the friend zone. He's a good guy. That's the guy you should be talking to. So your husband, ladies, is possibly in your friend zone. I'm not saying everybody in your friend zone. Let me repeat again. I'm going to do a disclaimer. It's called my friend zone disclaimer. Everybody in your friend zone ain't your husband. I'm saying your husband is possibly in your friend zone. The good guy that you say where all the good guys at, they probably in your friend zone. And a lot of y'all know this. A lot of y'all probably had chances with them, but y'all done messed up. A lot of the guys you friend zone don't even want to be your friend anymore. Because you thought you was too good for that person when that person is your speed. That's your person. Those are the kind of people you're supposed to be talking to. Where did the good men go, ladies? They ain't go anywhere but to your friend zone. They there. You just think you're better than them. You just think that you're superior to their goodness, to their friendship. It's just a friendship. So you think you're superior to that good guy in some kind of way, and you deserve more than a good guy, which is kind of weird because I thought you wanted a good guy. And now you're going higher to I don't even know what's better than good. Like, we're not saying great. You could be, but I'm talking about good morally, like a good guy. I don't know what you're trying to do, ladies. I'm trying to help you out here. Just pay attention. Let's continue. We're going to wrap this up soon.
This is also coping. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, these days, nearly every woman has their own list of cope reasons for why they're more attractive than everyone else. And they will change it where they see fit and based on their own strengths. But the truth is, men see very little value outside of the holy trinity of female attractiveness. All lists that deviate from these three things are coping. Anyway, guys, that's it for my 8 reasons for why most women massively overestimate their own attractiveness. If I've missed any, feel free to leave any.
So I want to take a look at this. So we're gonna just recap. Simping. Men, this is for my fellas. You gotta stop simping. And when I mean simping, you gotta stop lying to women. Tell them the truth. Don't push more of the delusion. They're getting attacked on every hand. Women are getting attacked everywhere. They're getting attacked with the delusion with simps. They're getting attacked with the delusion with media, with movies, entertainment. They're getting attacked by the music, letting them live even more, pushing more of the delusion. And it starts with simping. Men, you have to stop giving women false and fake validation, because that's what's happening. I get in an argument with some ladies about posting a picture. And they say, why are you posting that picture? And you know what they tell me? I'm posting the picture and the picture is for me. And I'm like, the picture is for you. And they're like, yeah, the picture's for me. Then why are you posting it on social media? If the picture is for you, if that's true, why don't you just do a scrap journal at your house? Take those pictures from your phone, go to Walmart, CVS, wherever, put it in a photo form, the physical photo, cut it up, and scrapbook it. If that picture is for you. No, the picture ain't for you. It's for validation. It's for you, but it's also for validation. And what men and other women do, I call them simp cheerleaders. They praise women, say, "Oh girl, you so gorgeous. Oh girl, you so beautiful. Oh girl, you do," which is okay. It's nice to encourage people. It's good. But what happens is all that validation is too much. It's a validation overload. And so what happens is that woman gets inflated ego. When she inflates your ego, you start pricing yourself at a higher price. That's what happens. It starts with simping. Then it's talking about the next point. Number 2 is hooking up. Just because you can hook up with an attractive man, don't mean that attractive man wants you. You get on these dating sites. Facebook got a dating site now. Crazy. But hey, it makes sense. It's all about the money. If it ain't about the money, but I get it. But you got Tinder, you got Bumble. I don't know all the rest, but whatever. Tinder and Bumble. Women getting on that site, hooking up with the dudes, the real attractive dudes that look good on paper too. They look good on paper because that's the game. The guys, the real attractive dudes, are trying to hook up with a bunch of ladies, all on their side of their phone, and they be able to pull up their phone, have access to all these ladies, and they running game. And y'all ladies, y'all thinking that y'all are higher, y'all keep going to them. So you got 2, 3, 4s, 5s trying to get 8s, 9s, 10s. When you should be going at 3, 4, 5s, dudes that will actually give a fair shot. If you actually give a fair shot to them, they will actually care about you. Good dudes. But you're overlooking them because of simping, the inflated ego, thinking that you're better than what you actually are. And I know I can't use better because feminists gonna say, "Oh, you downgraded women." No. There are numbers for reason. There's a number system for reason. Women rank men all the time. What, you think that men don't rank women? Yes, men rank women. Women do it to us. We rank them right back. But the problem is simping. All right, 3. The acceptance of unattractiveness. This is the tough one. You got people that are quote unquote obese, and people are praising those people as if that's the way to go in society, as if that's healthy. I was talking to my wife the other day. Look, I gotta lose weight. I mean, and I got muscle, a lot of muscle, but in pounds, I'm obese. So I gotta lose some weight. So I'm going back to the gym soon. We did all this moving. We just got into our new house and did all kind of stuff. A lot stressful. So I did this. I'm taking accountability. Not making any excuses. I'm going back to the gym. So that's what's happening. All right, step 4. Media is promoting delusion, and then the delusion. Social media is promoting the delusion. You got movies and entertainment and music promoting the delusion. That's what's hurting the dating market. This is why the dating market is trash. Then the ego. It's number 6. That's all that inflates women's ego, and they thinking that they're higher or ranked higher in men's mind. Also, that's a jerk too. They think they rank higher in men's mind because they think men think like women, as if because you think you a 10, men think that you're a 10 too. That's not true. That is the farthest thing from the truth. If you're trying to be truthful here, that's the truth. That's the furthest thing from the truth. 6. The blue pill. He called them the blue pill friends. I call them the simp cheerleaders. The friends that rally around the simps when simps like post, give that male validation, and the women come behind and say, "Yeah, girl, you look good." That's what we talking about. That's what's making the dating market trash. 7, entitlement. Now, the entitlement. Women starting to feel entitled, saying, "Hey," like women will say, for example, women will say, I got a little bit of meat on my bones, but I don't want no man with meat on his bones. He got to be fit. What? That's entitlement. That's the kind of women that produce. All those steps produce those kind of women. And that's what making the dating market trash. And then these no good men The top 10 to 15% of men that women are physically attracted to, sexually attracted to, are playing those women. And then we taking those 10 to 15% of men and applying it to all men that you overlooked. And then you calling all men trash. No, just the dudes that you let hoodwink you. Just those dudes. All men are not trash. Just the guys that you let trash you. That's the only men that are trash. And they might not even be trash. They might just be having fun. They might be quote unquote sexual liberated, like women are today. Women, I'm gonna say it before I can't say it enough. Your good men, where did the good men go, ladies? They are in your friend zone. I should have named this Where Are All the Good Men? They're in your friend zone. All right. And last but not least, coping. Because you have friend zoned these guys for 10, 15 years. And now you're older. A lot of those good men left because they didn't got married, moved on with their life, or became better in their careers. And most likely probably got married. Those good guys are gone now. And now you're 15 years removed from your 20s. You're in your 30s now. And to cope with it, you say, well, I got 2 kids. That's what make me viable. And I got a good job and I'm educated. Those men don't care about those things. They nice. They're good perks. But that's not what we look at. So when you were younger, it was, oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm a catch. And then when you get older, I got educated. I have children. This is what makes me valuable. No, it does not. And that's why the dating market is trash. Because people don't know who they are. People are walking around this earth not knowing who they really are. Men, they don't know who they are. Women, they don't know who they are. Women that are 4s and 5s think they are 7, 8, 9s, and 10s. They don't know who they are. Men simping when all that is doing is hurting them. Because the women don't want simps. Most women want manly men. They don't want simps. This is what's happening in the dating market and why it's so trash. The sad part about it is you might ignore this, ladies. And you're going to go on living your life and whatever, whether it's the delusion, whether it is the inflated ego that we talked about, whether it is the validation that you're getting from simping and simps and simp cheerleaders, your homegirls, whatever it is, you're going to go on and continue your ways. And guess what? Things are not going to change. If you want things to change, you have to make the change. I can just give you the information. You have to do something with the information I give you. I can't make you start talking to the guys in your friend zone. You got to do it. You got to sit through the friend zone. Hey, get your uncle, get your male cousin and sift through the guys in your friend zones. They'll tell you who the good guys are. They there. But you probably think because of all this that you're better than them. And no, those are the good guys you've been looking for. But to be honest, do you really want a good guy? Or do you want to make a bad guy a good guy? Do you really want a good guy? Or do you think that what's between your legs is so powerful that you could turn a cheater into a faithful guy. Think about that. Until we meet again.
Love, hate.
Love, hate, mistakes, heartbreak. Tell me what's going on. Wake up in the morning, argue with Nancy before we pray. It's like, here we go again. Please don't say it's just one of those days. But it's better than the South, getting letters from KKKs. And wondering when the hate stop, will it ever stop? That's what they say. We say we love but be hating. Love phrases like statements. Make mistakes and we pay it. Get caught sleeping, days in. Doc Holiday just say win, and we can keep shooting to the graves end. Or mostly one of us caves in. Parenthood wanna see who's the braver man. Try to get this off of my chest. Emotionally I'm a wreck. Pass the plate, Usher, I wanna confess. How do I cope and deal with this mess? Issues of my heart pumping out of my chest. Look like it's crazy, so how do I deal? Especially when the world don't care how you feel. I'm a crip frontin', so I'm finna be real. It's the Christ inside me on a potter's wheel. Shakes my emotions into the Father's will. Emotions run high, but my body on chill. Y'all can't dictate me.